Okay, I'm gonna make a video. The new motherboard arrived today or yesterday, I'm not sure when, but I received it today, so today's Sunday. So there's no videos that really show, I mean there's a couple videos that show taking it apart just to change out your hard drive, but nothing for the motherboard yet. So I thought I'd beat that bandwagon and start taking it apart. First you're going to take off 2 screws on the bottom. This is a Samsung all-in-one, and the model number is D as in David, P as in Paul, 500 A2D. After you take those screws out, there'll be 2 in the legs. And the legs will come right off. And I'm pretty sure these screws stay with the legs. I've never had one fall out. Head and take off the back cover, or do the cover first. It's the smartest way. Then you'll have your DVD screw on the side. And 1 screw that's sitting underneath the cover. Slide the DVD drive out and finish taking it apart. When the cover's off, you'll see some screws, like about 50 of them. And if you have a separate container, you might want to use that for the inside. First thing is take off this little rail here. It has 6 black screws. Oh, sorry, I'm not even in the view. It's the rail that runs across the bottom here. You'll take off 6 screws. 3 per side. And they're black. And in fact, they're the only black screws that you'll see in here. That I know of. Once you get the rail off, just toss it to the place it to the side. Next, you'll be taking off the, well, whatever you wanna. I'm gonna go with the hinges, and there's 6 per hinge, 3 per side on that also. They're gonna, most of these screws are the same size, by the way. Almost all of them are. No matter where you're working on this. After that, you'll see the control board. You'll want to take that off. Start with the 2 screws. Those 2 screws hold it onto the motherboard, so the daughter board wouldn't be able to stay on if it wasn't for these 2 screws. There's also a couple screws on the right and 1 screw on the left. Don't worry about the other screws on the daughter board itself unless you're changing the daughter board from the metal piece. which you're probably not, unless you damaged your USBs or your power or something on there. Okay, this in order to get the motherboard out, this speaker has to come out too. There's one screw per end. And then there's 2 screws on the main. And don't forget to unplug it and reroute it. For this, it's just take off a bunch of screws to get this out of here. And then just put your shroud to the side. Next, just disconnect everything from the motherboard. And I'll be reusing some of the components on this, so I want to take this wireless off of here. And the processor. That will transfer to the new board. And the BIOS battery. And the RAM will transfer to the new board also. Finish taking off your peripherals. And I'm not sure if I'm going to need this base, so I want to take those 2 screws out of there, and this should come right up. Now there's only a couple screws holding the motherboard on. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 10. 10 screws. I think this was going somewhere. Okay. So now that the motherboard's out, set that aside and compare it to the one you're replacing it with. And it should just jiggle into place. Now just connect your peripherals. The processor, put it together, and make sure it works. The thing about Samsung is they won't give you the BIOS. Have you ever heard a thing? If anyone out there is listening to this, you're surprised to hear that, right? Well, good luck getting Samsung to give you a BIOS if you ever have a problem with your computer. That ain't happening, huh? Okay, so now the next step is to put on the big shroud. So after you get the shroud on, you'll want to put on your speakers. After the speakers, put on your control board. After your control board, you're going to want to put on your hinges. Next comes the big cover. More screws. And then put in your 2 remaining screws. I have 2 left over because I took the processor base out of the old motherboard when I didn't have to. I didn't know the new one was going to have it included. Okay, now we should see it power on, and hopefully that's going to be the case. And there we go. I'll do F2 to check date and time. And set it to the correct date and time. Okay, this is the 3rd time I'm going to make this video. The first time the video was, you couldn't even hardly tell because it was the camera that was hanging from the ceiling, and that didn't do a good recording. The second one was done with this camera phone, this CD camera phone that I'm using now, but this phone, it only has internal storage, and I don't want to install the software for the external. So anyway, it ran out of space. And so this is the 3rd time. It's going to be in real time, so what you're seeing is real. It's not sped up. Here we go. Start menu. I'll choose favorites, and I'm going to choose system monitor. It's up. It shows it's a quad core, or it appears to be a quad core, but it's really a glorified dual core. It's an i3 processor with 4 gigs of RAM, 3.7 gigs is usable. The processor's looking excellent, laying very nice and low, doing nothing, it should be. And the RAM is just barely under the 20% mark there, and you want to be below the 20% mark with the RAM. And then the internet, we're not doing anything on the internet, so that's laying nice and low. If I go to this start button here and I say, okay, open up displays, it's open. If I say open up terminal, it's open. If I say open up calculator, it's open. If I say sound control, it's open. If I say text editor, maybe 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3, it's open. I'm going to go open some bigger ones, and these bigger ones will take a couple more seconds to open. We'll give it a couple seconds. In fact, we won't give it a couple seconds. I'll say, all right, take everything on the desktop and open that also. And what I'm trying to do is hog it down. So this is the processor. This is the RAM. The RAM has slightly picked up over the 20% mark. That's kind of not so great. But unless you double up the RAM, that's going to happen. Because otherwise it'll start using the cache, the swap file, I mean. And it should be almost done. So if we Alt Tab to see how many things we've just opened, we see we've opened 15 programs. Now I'm going to open some more programs. I'm going to go to the Start menu. I'm going to go to, oh, actually there was something still opening there. Sorry. Now let's see how many things we have open. 5, 10, 15, 20, 23 things. One of those is a camera, by the way. Let me go to that camera. It's this one right here. So if I go to the, let me minimize that one. That's the customer's name. Let's see, so how many things has opened? 5, 10, 15, 20, 24 things, and I think another one just opened, and that should be about it. So if I go to the start button and say all applications, I want to go to Office, LibreOffice, Word, and in a few seconds, and that opens pretty quick. I'll go to the start button, open up Spreadsheet. I'll open up Newcash is an accounting program that I installed for her because she expressed some need for accounting. It's never been set up. I'll go ahead and those are tooltips. I don't want to uncheck them. The customer should uncheck them if she doesn't want them because she might want them. So I'll say new file and forward, and apply. And now it just wants to know, where am I going to keep my new accounting file? So I'm going to call it Cheryl Biz. And save it in her owner's home folder. And there we go. So now she has her accounting. She can import her accounting from, say, QuickBooks or something like that. So it's showing how many things are open here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 24 things. Let's go get it up to about 30 or so. So I'll go up to games. I want to hear chess, 1, 2. It's open. I'm going to go to, I don't know. There's different games in here. How about solitaire? And how about we go to graphics and open pics, and we'll go to her pictures are already in there, so that's why you're seeing pictures. I had saved her stuff before I did all this. We'll say sound and video. How about, well, cheese is already open. Media player, and it's open. Rhythm box, it's open. Actually, it was open when we already told it to open. How about VLC? We haven't opened that yet. And there it is. And then if we went to internet and we said open up hex chat. So if I want to shut down, I'll just say quit and shut down. 1, 2, those programs are closed. Count 2 seconds after the green guy. 1, 2, you're completely off. And that's the speed it's going to be till the day we die. Amen.